What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jess Takes a Village podcast, where we focus on regular people who have used their education, whether it be formal, vocational, or even life experiences, to propel their lives in a positive direction. Now, the guest we have today, to my left, which is you guys is right, has been an older brother to me, a big influence from far away and from up close. And I always said, in order to survive in life, especially as a young black man in this crazy society, we need like that older brother figure. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome my older brother, Jeremy, to the podcast. So, obviously, knowing you from since I'm a child doesn't really do the situation any justice. Since I've been born, you've been around. And I know you don't have a little brother, and I don't have an older brother. So what does that feel like to be able to mentor somebody like how you mentored me from childhood even up to young adulthood? Like, what does that mean to you to just help out somebody who's younger than you in life? Let's start there.
I feel it's necessary because, being older, you see, like, it's certain life lessons you have to go through on your own, but also at the same time, it's just like, okay, certain situations, it can go right instead of going left.
Absolutely. With that level of influence.
I would just be careful in these situations, or just be mindful of different situations that you will come across in life, and it's just...
Do you, and I want to kind of like start it off like philosophically.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's why you're here? To like mentor and like take care of the people younger than you?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah, because like, I was a knucklehead when I was younger.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that too, yeah.
I have my ups and my downs, but it's just like to prevent, just to be like, whatever you think it is, it's not that, and it's not necessary for you to think a certain way, so you should have to act a certain way. It's just like, be who you are, chill out, and it's okay to be smart.
And this message isn't just for young men too. No. I feel like this message applies to everyone. I used to always go by this quote: a man that puts on a shirt that doesn't fit him is a man who doesn't understand life.
True. The
things that fit you, you stick to it.
True.
If it don't fit you, don't do it.
Exactly.
So we're gonna go back to, I'm probably, my memory, I have elephant memory. I'm probably 11 years old. And I remember you told me one time, you took me out to eat. And you told me, and you said, listen, if you know you can't handle something, don't involve yourself in it. And those words have stuck with me. And I know people are like, why are you starting this off with all of these motivational quotes and the influences? It's only because usually, towards the middle or the ending of the podcast, I like to give people their flowers and their appreciation. I wanted to start this podcast off differently and give you your flowers to your face, because part of that advice is the reason why I am still here and I'm thriving. So I just want to tell you thank you first to start the podcast off, because I'm a benefactor from your advice. So thank you for that personally. I want to tell you, to your face, because I don't know if people get to hear compliments. I don't know how really people do it, compliments, especially, from one man to another. But it's like, thank you. You understand? So let's get into it. Your earliest days, your earliest memories. You're 7 years old. How's little Jeremy at 7 years old?
I was a handful and a half, to put it lightly.
Why?
Because, I don't know, I didn't gain that fear of gravity until after breaking a couple bones. So it was like, I broke my leg when I was 4.
Right.
7, I was kindergarten. 2 years after that, I broke my arm 3 times in a row. So it's like, it was like I had this little bit of time when I wasn't in the cast and I wasn't in school.
It's crazy because somebody's watching this going to be like, you was 7 in kindergarten? No. It's not the accurate times. He just going back as far as he can remember. He wasn't 7 in kindergarten. That's not. Somebody's gonna say, the nitpickers. Well, he was 7 in. No. He's just going with the flow. So you have no fear of gravity. You broke your arm, your leg.
Yeah, I was just running everywhere.
And heavily impacted by wrestling. It's
Yeah,
must seem
yeah.
like, right?
Yeah.
Jumping off the turnbuckle.
Yeah, I
on the
remember.
couch.
Yeah, like few chances I had. You know, I seen like Stone Cold. I seen all of them on TV, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool and stuff like that. So, yeah, I was just.
So it makes it doable. So in your early stages, you know what does school mean to you, if it means anything?
Okay, see, the thing is, it's two different ways of looking at that.
Okay.
Because the man I am now, I appreciate school.
Right.
Me as a kid, I hated school.
Why'd you hate school?
Because it wasn't appealing to me. It was for me, it was just a controlling situation. And I don't like, I can respect rules to an extent, but you're not going to have me cool, calm, and collected the whole day. You know, I can't give you that.
Here's where I want to challenge that, right?
Yeah.
So in my class, my kids operate a little bit differently than the kids in the other classes. The kids learn my personality, and then they eventually start to behave just like I do. So we come in the morning, good morning, we all really chill, right? I tell them every different class I've had, yo, y'all want homework Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Or do y'all just want homework Monday to Thursday? But it will be a lot. But I promise you, every Friday, you go home, you enjoy that weekend.
Yeah.
They like, Mr. Jesse, we want Monday to Thursday. I'm like, you promise? They're like, yeah. Now, people may seem like, oh, it's not really that appealing. But going home on a Friday with no homework, boy, that thing is like gold.
Everything.
But the only reason why I say that is because if you had more of a progressive teacher, just maybe you would have had a different appreciation for school as a child.
Well, it wasn't really that, because there were teachers, even till this day I remember.
Yeah.
That the way I would behave in their class, I wouldn't behave in anybody else's class. Because I remember still to this day, one of my favorite teachers, my third grade teacher, Miss Clark.
Miss Clark.
She had me on Smash. Without having me on Smash. Because the problem was, I misbehaved, but my homework was always on time, never failed the test. I'm talking nothing less than a 90. So you can't, it's just, you got to deal with the behavior.
Right.
And so she was she kept me close. It's like, Jeremy, do this. But she kept me right next to her desk. Because if you didn't keep me close, spitballs is going to be thrown. Books might get flying. It was a different.
And if that happened in the other classes, you think it would have been different? Just having somebody just to keep you close? Because that actually speaks a lot into having somebody close to you just to say, yo, you know what? I got him.
Well, to an extent, yeah, because to take it a little bit forward, when I graduated elementary school, I got sent to a special, not specialized, but a good junior high school.
Right.
I had a teacher in the 6th grade. He couldn't stand me because he couldn't control me. He got me put in special ed in 7th grade. So I did 1 year. I got accepted to the 6th grade, but my behavior, they said, was so bad that he put me in a special ed class.
Yeah, contain class.
And then I did 1 year, and they sent me to a different school. I did 1 year in special ed, but I graduated. When I graduated as a regular ed student.
Yeah.
So we couldn't. It wasn't no type of. It was just. You had to. It's not even a gift to gab. It's just some teachers kids can know who's authentic and really.
Yeah.
Actually. Feel some type of way towards them. You know, it doesn't come it's just a job. I'm come here, give you this, do this, this. Whether you do bad or fail.
Right.
It's thing, but yeah, it was just a couple teachers I had that just was able to talk to me, I guess.
So, elementary school, you had your trials and tribulations. Middle school, you had your trials and tribulations. Now, I would ask, how's the home life compared to the school life? Is home the better place than the school life? Or is school the better place than the home life? Because I know sometimes, like me, when you're home, you act one way. And when you're in school, you're the baddest man in the world. Oh, I'm just saying. But, what do you think was, most of your zone?
The zone, I don't know.
Where was the comfort? These are the good questions that you got to ask, yeah. But, yeah.
I'll probably say school.
Right.
I'll probably say school.
Yeah. At school, you get to, school, you get your own friends. You kind of like, for me, when you're in school, that's your community.
True.
Right? Like, when you home, it's mom and dad world. When you at school, it's my world.
Yeah.
I get to sit whoever I sit next to. The lunchroom vibes. You go outside, you have a good time. It's all these things that we took for granted as kids, and now that we adults feel like, yo, like that's really what it was.
True.
So you going into high school. What's the mentality like for you in high school? Are you a fan of the school that you're at? Do you see yourself getting out of there in 4 years? Or are you just like, yo, man, maybe this is just not for me?
The school I went to for what I went to the school for, I wanted to do because
Where'd you go?
I went to Grady.
Okay.
Grady Vocational and Technical High School. I wanted to go there because it's like I learned early on, me sitting behind a desk will never work.
And it's not just you who feels like that. It's millions of people in the world who just like, I could never sit behind a desk.
Never put on a suit and tie every day. I would never be comfortable with that. I've always liked working with my hands because, like, even when I was in junior high school, they had cooking classes. We had carpentry classes.
Mm-hmm.
I love those classes because it was something to do. It's literally something instead of just sitting there and being spoken to and just so.
And I think you actually might be our first vocational learner on the podcast, because I've had like a lot of, listen, a lot of people, they dealt with their life experiences and their little college stunts, but like, you're really like the first to be like, there's no desk. I don't want to, is the cat attacking me through the thing? I don't want to, deal with the schooling, right? So you at Grady. What's the trade that sticks out to you?
Carpentry.
That was what about it? Like crafting, building, measuring, like
yeah, the whole process. So like I still have pieces in my house that I built in high school.
Right.
So it was just the whole process. Like you take a piece of wood and you can make anything out of it.
I for that.
I remember
you walked right into that one. I get it.
And it was just you had to respect the machinery because what you was working with was very dangerous too. Like I was running a bandsaw, and I was cutting wood in high school, and it was just like this makes sense to me. It's like it takes some people a long time to find their lane.
Yeah. It just clicked.
Yeah, it clicked. It's like either I'm doing something blue collar is what I would be doing.
So the blue collar life was just like appealing to you.
That was it. Yeah,
you could go work, make your money, go home.
The thing is, I can get dirty for 8 hours, come home, take a shower, chill, and I'm tired. That's it. I know I'm tired
because you don't already put in the work.
Exactly.
As it is. So, all right. So you're getting out of Grady, right? Now, you already have your path kind of carved. You tell yourself, yo, maybe I'll seek out this vocational learning, get this trade, behind me, and let me just propel my life forward. But obviously, you being 18, a young man getting out of high school, that's when the world starts to hit 10 times.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you going through as soon as you leave that high school stage?
Well, what I was going through was just like, I had an opportunity because at the time, I don't know if they still have it.
Yeah.
But they had an entrance into the Carpenters Union thing.
Right.
And I was in there. And I was making decent money at that time. I'm talking fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Fresh out of high school.
Cash out. Right.
So I didn't really have any responsibilities. But yeah, I didn't take full advantage of the opportunity. But I still knew that I had to make something blue collar happen for myself. So I did that for a couple years, and that opportunity went by the wayside, and then I forgot what I did after that. But I know I found another job doing something.
Right.
I was in a shop.
My thing is, why do you think a little bit of your a little bit of how you were navigating after high school was based on like your maturity levels.
Yeah.
Do you think you weren't really as mature back then, so you're prone to make more mistakes? Then, you know, as you get older, you start realizing like, yo, like there's real consequences for the things that I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like hindsight, I looked at it a couple years ago. Like that was a great opportunity that I didn't fully take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you live and you learn.
You do.
You live and you learn.
You live and you learn.
It was a great opportunity. I didn't take advantage of it, but you know, I moved on, and I'm in a decent position now. So yeah, I didn't appreciate it. That was really it, because I was getting money, I was capable, but.
And I honestly think that's what I think a lot of young men from the quote unquote inner cities, I think a lot of young men experience that, you know. At what age do we really start to appreciate what we have in front of us? And that doesn't just go for work, you know. It goes for family, it goes for loved ones, it goes for the people we have around us, it goes for whether we want to, you know, invest in ourselves.
True.
You know, at what point do we say, you know what, I got to take this serious? You know, for me, I had to hit my head a couple times.
Yeah, you ain't the only one.
I had to hit my head a couple times, you know, and I had like a little segment video, episode 2.5, check it out. And it was called A Little Bit of Compassion. Like I've known people who've, because home was a certain way, without getting into too much details, you know, they navigated, you know, down a different path. And because they were navigating down that path, and landed them in some trouble in which they had to sit down for a little bit, you know, they had to sit down. Like I said, you know, when you sit down and I guess in the inner city, it means you got to go away for a little bit and come back, regather your thoughts and make the best, right? Right? Whether you sit down in college, I've had friends who actually had to sit down in jail and really had to, like, you know, regather their thoughts, come back out and, you know, get the ball going. So it's like sometimes when we do sit down, that reflection period, we look back and we say, yo, like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep hanging out with these people. I can't keep, because I got to appreciate what I got in front of me. Because you realize you 18 and then you blink and you 26 and you're like, whoa, you know?
You got to change.
You have to change.
Change. You can't remain the same.
You have to change. And I always say you fully know when you're changing when the people around you start looking at you differently. That's when you know, like, the changes. I'm not saying, you know, you're being like a jackass. Yeah. Sorry for using the word jackass for the younger viewers, but you're not being like a silly person. You just on some like, yo, like, absolutely. I need more for myself.
Absolutely. Because I had to come to that realization at a certain point, because I got real stagnant, and I had to, like, you know, like, step back and look at myself. It was just like, you can't keep moving like this. So, you know, I started switching up, and then, you know, I guess some people succumb to it because you like, I appreciate the time I had with that, but I gotta leave this alone. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I don't see you that more. I don't see you that much no more, big dog. Like, where you be at? I'm like, hold on, I'm over here on this. I'm like, are you trying to switch up? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to switch up. I'm on this now. And they, you know, some people, they feel some type of way sometimes.
But you know what's crazy? When you tell people, yo, I'm on this, you know there's plenty space over here for y'all to come to.
Yeah.
There's plenty space. Like, you know, if we're all at work between 9 and 5, that's our alibi for the day. You know where we at. You understand what I'm saying? It's the devil's playground is boredom.
Yeah.
And when you're sitting there in the house, you ain't got nothing to do. Now, here's what I'm saying. I'm not telling anyone who's listening, yo, all you gotta do is go to work and you'll be fine. I'm not saying that.
No, that's not
I'm
it.
saying keep yourself occupied in a productive way. As long as you're at work for those 8 hours, you're 8 hours away from a place that you shouldn't be. You understand what I'm saying? Your time is your most valuable. Because, like, if you get into trouble with the law, what do? They don't take money from you. They take money and lawyer fees, but they take time away from you. You know? So it's something to say about people who sit back and they have that ability to reflect and then make change. Because I know some people who've been reflecting for 7 years and it's no change yet. So it's like you're able to reflect, you're able to make a change. Now, for me, I wanted to turn 30 and I wanted to have certain things accomplished for me. As you turn 30, what did you tell yourself? Like, what was one of your birthday goals for 30? What did you want by 30?
I wanted.
I appreciate that.
I wanted about 30. I wanted my independence. I wanted my circle, like, you know, because I had a conversation with my best friend, and he really sat back and he was like, "Boy, I want us to be able to, like, when we 75, 80, be look back and be like, yo, we had a good life, and I'm glad we've made it to this point,
right,
together. But your family, my family, this and that, it was like, you moving crazy right now." So just, I had to have that conversation, and then it's like, yeah, I want to be proud. I don't want everybody else. I want to be proud of myself.
That's a fact.
I want to be proud of myself. I want to be able to look in the mirror in the morning and be like, yeah, I did that. Or when I get home at the end of the night after I've, you know, whatever I finished doing, showered, like, I did good for the day.
And that's it. But you see it. You see it always goes back to that reflection. Being aware of what you're doing is such a powerful thing. Being able to say, yo, you know what? I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna be productive. Now, granted, we all go through our nonsenses, the drama, but it's like, yo, as long as you sit back and you just be like, woosah,
Yeah.
you know, you still gotta push through. So, being that you're the first vocational person that we've had on the platform, tell the world what you do for a living.
I work in the schools. I'm a cleaner. I make minor fixes around the building and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's about it.
Now,
Keep the building clean.
Now-
The floor shiny.
for the ignorant people,
Yeah.
oh, he's just a cleaner. That's why he's here. He's just a cleaner. Like, what does that mean? But you being a cleaner, based on where you came from, how you were raised, right? What does being a cleaner mean to you?
It's the most important position in the building.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter the building you walk into.
Right.
If you walk into a building, does it smell clean? Does it look clean? Clean people know something has to feel clean.
Exactly.
You got to walk in some place if you feel like, I can't take my jacket off of here.
Yeah.
You know, you get that itchy. You can't describe it. It's just like,
Yeah.
you're not right.
Right.
So it's just like, yeah. And I don't want to take it back to COVID or nothing like that, but I worked the whole COVID every day. They said you have to come to work.
Shout out the essential workers.
Real rap.
Yeah.
Real rap. And mind you, all we was doing was cleaning after people who was giving out food during the day.
Yeah.
And we had the building. Like, you can ask any person who works in the DOE, any cleaner. Those buildings was never cleaner than they was during COVID.
It's spotless.
Spotless.
I was there. You know I was there.
Because
But
we got time. We had the time to do what we had to do. But yeah, it's just
it's a plus because you want to know why I feel like it was important for you to be here, because so many other kids, younger children, young men, they're in competition with themselves, right? Oh, he got a degree, his daddy rich, this person got this. Yo, what am I gonna do? But it's just like, as simple as your job title is, the work is so complex.
it really is.
Because not everybody can do what you do. And this is what I always say, there's always a place for everyone in society. Without the blue collar workers, where do we work? Right? If you don't assist us, what does the classroom mean for us people who teach? It's kind of like the construction workers. If they don't build, where do these fancy lawyers have to sit down at? You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
One hand washes the other, but two hands wash the face. So it's like, you're necessary. You're important. But there's so many younger people who don't know where to go. And you know, some people, they're embarrassed of what they do for a living. Listen, wherever you work, and I'm telling y'all directly, wherever you work, you make the best out of it. I'm not telling you stay there, but if you stay there, you maximize your opportunity. Now, you told me the other day, over the phone, that even though, you know, you're a maintenance worker, you've also been seeking out other forms of education, other certificates, right? So the kid who didn't appreciate going to school, now you appreciate going to school. Could you, not too much detail, but could you tell us like some of the certificates you've obtained and what you plan on obtaining for those out there who are in like the maintenance world?
Like, I have my sprinkler and my fire alarm licenses. Anyway, like us being, we have worked for the DOE,
Right.
So if it snows, we gotta show up.
Sheesh.
Doesn't matter if it's a half an inch or
Yeah.
you get 3-4 feet of snow. You
Yeah.
gotta be there. The only person who doesn't have to come and get out their bed and come dig out snow is the custodian.
And us.
You know,
because they make us remote now. You know, but yeah, you're right.
It's not only that; it's just to broaden my knowledge and things like that. Because I'm a very technical person, so like the boilers and all the systems in the building, electrical
Right.
and everything, it intrigues me. So it's just like you're never too old to learn something new, or just apply yourself in a different way.
Say that again. You never too what?
It's old to learn something new.
Apply yourself in a different way. One more time. You're never too old to learn something new, and you just have to apply yourself in a different way. It's these quotes are the same quotes that raised me. I don't know where he gets these quotes from, but these are the quotes that I often go back and I reflect and I'm like, yo, Jeremy said such and such and such and such, and it's so applicable. So you're in this field. You clearly want more for yourself. You're going back. You're studying. How does it feel when you get that certificate, that fire alarm certificate? How does it feel?
I mean, you ever like you start to see the progress?
Yeah.
It's the hard work, and
Yep.
it's like everything start bubbling after a
Yeah.
little while. Yeah, it start to feel like that because it's like, okay, this is one thing, one domino knocked down in the pantheon that I have to come. But it's just like, all right, that's one down. I got God knows how many more to go, but listen,
It's the journey.
It's the journey, and I gotta appreciate it.
Now, being on this platform, you know, the name of the platform being Just Takes a Village, we always want to focus on how you got to where you're at by the support you've received. Now, when it comes to being a part of the village, no two people in the village have the same role. There's always multiple different people
Absolutely.
that help cater towards you, the person. So it's like, I've had people say, I had a guest, she referenced her mom and her godmom, because that's all she had. The mom was there to support her, but the godmom put the idea into her. Who would you say are the members of your village that got, or that helped or aided Jeremy to get where he's at today?
First and foremost, my mother. First and foremost, Mom Dukes, because like one of the reasons I kind of knew like blue collar was for me was back in the day. She had sharpeners.
Yeah.
Would stop working. She'd bring them home. I'm probably still in elementary, maybe early junior high. I can't be too specific. She'd bring home and say, okay, this isn't working. I need you to fix it.
Oh, sure.
Like, I call up right now. And she'd be like, I'll fix it. I'm like, all right, I take it apart all by myself. This and that. This and this. Maybe do a little bit with some wires. Next thing you know, put it back together. Bing, it's working.
You're a whole engineer in the making and don't even know it.
Yeah, so it was her, and she just always like, I don't know, your mother's appreciation is different from anybody else's appreciation. Your mother looking at you and saying thank you for like,
That means the world.
you know?
It means the world. When I put out my first episode, my mom ran downstairs. She was like, oh my God, I love this so much. And you know my mom is mad critical.
Yeah.
If my mother loved it, nobody can tell me nothing after that
Exactly.
again. Like,
I don't
I'm good.
care.
Whatever feedback y'all give me, who cares?
Exactly.
She love it? The landlord? I'm good. We still in production, you know?
Seriously.
But yeah, so you got your moms. Who else?
And I still got to say like my best friend, because like I've always been a blue collar worker and stuff like that, and he was always just like, yeah, just keep doing that.
Well,
Keep
shout
doing
him
that.
out, man. Shout him out.
Jimson Ozil, like I knew him
That's
since
it.
3rd grade. Like we got pictures I had on my suit.
Yeah.
And he had on his little 8s back in the day.
Yeah, that's it. Nostalgia.
Yeah, but because it was always just, you know, you need your family, but you always need your man, who your right hand, who just become like, he could tell you it in a different way than from your family it tells you, and it'll hit more.
Because you know what's crazy? It's about how the message is like received and
Exactly.
perceived. Because it's like your parents will turn around and be like, I can't believe you. I'm so disappointed. And this, that, and third. And that thing breaking you. And your man will be like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You was bugging.
Exactly.
Same message. Same message.
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You was bugging.
Yeah.
You like, yo, for real? Yeah. And then you understand. This cat keep punching me through the wall. But, you know, it's literally the same message. But you take it, you interpret it differently because it's coming from your boy,
Exactly.
you know? So it's like, all right, so you got your mom's, your best friend, anybody else?
My sister.
Your sister.
Cause she was always, I don't know, she always seen the good. Like, you know you better than this. You know you should be like
that positive light.
Yeah. And the thing is, she could talk to me the way nobody else could talk to me, cause she's my little sister. So she completely will like sit there, tell you something that nobody else can tell you. You have to take it, and it works just a little bit differently coming from her sometimes.
Do you feel as if, real personal, do you feel as if you made your village members proud of you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how does that feel, knowing that you made them proud after all the headaches, the highs, the mediums, the lows?
It's a good thing, because I'm not even gonna lie, like, you know, we won't go too much, but like,
yeah,
me being who I am now, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, you surprising yourself.
I'm like, God, yo, because like, I don't know, it was just, if I was able to go back and just talk to myself back then, I don't know what I would tell myself. Because it was just...
You would tell yourself like, hey, we about to do a full 180 switch. You don't even know it's about to happen.
Because it's, you know,
I'm watching you right now, and I can tell you having flashbacks. You just like, yo, I'm really here.
Yeah, and it's surprising because I've lost friends. I know people doing football numbers. Yeah. Football numbers.
And when he means numbers, he means people who are, you know, sitting down in a penitentiary system, and, you know, just for lack of better terms, they've made mistakes and they've had to pay for those repercussions, you know?
It's, you know, just think about it like, you know, they were 21 when it happened.
Yeah.
They got 56.
Sheesh.
You know, it's just like...
It's wild because one rapper that I listen to, his name is Sue Surf, he's actually currently incarcerated. He said in the line, how he's 20 doing 20 makes me nauseous. And it's like, damn, you know, it's so easy. And this, you know, I don't really, me personally, I don't really knock people for being incarcerated, because a lot of that childhood trauma, I would have probably resulted to the same thing. I say on this podcast time and time again, it is a luxury to have good parents.
Oh, that's a fact.
You are lucky to have good parents in this world. You are lucky to have a roof over your head. I don't ever sit there and wave the things that I've accomplished on people, because I could not go through what a lot of those people went through. And you don't agree with it, but you kind of understand why they was out there doing what they were doing. Because it's like, the home wasn't good. Those teachers in school had a job to motivate, and they looked down on them because of where they came from.
Absolutely.
What are the worlds you think they was going to end up? Worlds. But it's like, you pray for them, because there are people in there, you know, they turn their lives around, you know? And you hope, you know, they on their 10 toes and they keep pushing forward. But that's another thing that I appreciate about you. You're always reflecting. You've seen these things that were happening to your friends, and you're like, yo, I need to keep going. And this is why I always tell you, you're very successful, because the title of the job, it don't mean anything. It's where you came from and what you're doing now that means the most, you know? You really get to sit down in the confines of your own home, and you can say, yo, this is mine.
Yeah.
It may not be the biggest.
Not the
It
best.
may not be what you envision, but it's yours. Nobody can take that from you. You're responsible. You know, your mom, turn off the lights. You can leave them lights on all day. You know, but those are the successes that we like to champion on this platform. We like to tell people how much we appreciate them, because look at what you did. There's somebody right now who's lost in the sauce, confused. You know, they outside, they having so much fun. They involved in things they shouldn't be involved in, and they can't find a way out. And you only hope that they click this and they see, they be like, yo, that's me. Sitting next to him, that's me right there. And if he did this, I could do it too.
True.
An application away.
And the thing is, I found my job off of Facebook, off the humble. I mean, off the humble. I got fired from my previous job.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, let me see if I can find something. I just went on Facebook. They was like, yeah, we're hiring school cleaners, this and this, this and that. So I'm thinking this is a regular interview.
Yeah.
Like, so I went there, little
okay.
collar shirt,
That's
tie, pants, you know, some wallabies on my feet. It was in Brooklyn. I went over there, so I'm waiting. it started to look like a rap video, and then dudes came in there straight, whatever. I mean,
and
whatever.
you over there trying to be your best professional. So the person who don't like school is trying to be professional.
So they're like, all right, we're gonna do a bunch of interviews. They brought us in the room.
Yeah.
They sat us down. It's like, what do you know how to do? It's like, I'm like, well, I did this. They
right.
ran off all of the things
qualifications
and stuff like that. I was like, all right, you know what? You can start you off as a cleaner. Then it was like, you ain't got nothing with kids or nothing like that. You ain't got no charges. I explained out my situation. She's like, listen. She's like, listen, as long as you got nothing with kids,
yeah,
you Gucci. Like,
so
okay.
this stands as, not to cut you, but this stands an example. If there's anybody out there who has a misdemeanor, a felony for non-related child abuse charges, you can go and apply to these jobs still. Like, there's still opportunities for you guys out there in the workforce. Like, listen, it's difficult. I get it. And sometimes you got to sit there and you got to hear the nonsense. I get it. But, yo, there's living proof. Like, you can still do these things. Yeah. You know? There are programs. Like, it doesn't have to end there, you know?
Not at all. And I was kind of, I ain't even going to lie, I was shocked a little bit.
Yeah.
But I went through the whole process. They did the background check. Took a while longer. And it came back. And then, 3-4 summers ago, I started. I was in the school. And I'm like, from that first day, and mind you, it was nothing but white dudes.
Yeah.
And a couple Russian dudes.
Yeah.
And we was cleaning the building, which means you gotta, like, literally from top to bottom, everything in the classroom gotta get wiped down, gotta
Absolutely.
be clean. And I fell in love with it. Like, these are my kind of people. Like, we talk shit, we cursing, we're disrespectful. Like, the conversations we have amongst ourselves, we cannot have in polite society.
No, you cannot.
We can't. So it's like, I love it. And
that's good, man, because it's like I have a very shared experience. When I started at the school I was at, I walked into a building and no one looked like me. If you understand what I'm saying and the viewers understand, nobody looked like me in the building. And I always laugh to myself, those are like my people. Those people in that building have given me next level support in life. They've put me on so much sauce. And, you know, when you have these preconceived notions, you feel because they don't look like you, what you see on the news, they're not going to help you. That's a lie. You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
You go in there and it's just like, yo, like, these are my people.
Yeah.
These are the people I'm spending majority of the day with.
Exactly.
And it's like you're amongst so much different people that don't look like you, but those are your people. So I would say you kind of got to include the work family into the village. Absolutely. Because those are the people who, they keep your day going, whether you're annoyed with them or not, you know?
And it just made sense. Granted, I wasn't able to stay at that building.
Well, right, yeah.
But, you know, I worked in so many different buildings, so many different situations. I've had good bosses, I've had bad bosses. I've had, you know, I've just dealt with it all. And, you know, at this point, I wouldn't have it any other way. Because it's just like, I'm content. I don't want the world. I want what I have, and what's mine is mine, and like I will improve on what's mine, but I don't need all of the extra.
You don't.
I don't want, like, thing is, I've never been an extra kind of person. I've always been like, I don't have to look like $1 million to have $1 million. I don't want to look like $1 million.
That's it.
Even if I have $1 million. So
that's it.
It's
content.
Yeah,
you know,
content.
It's something to say about, you know, people who are truly content with life, because those people, you can't really shake them off their scale. Like, man, I'm good, you know? It's like, listen, once I get to go home, I'm in my fortress, leave me alone.
Because all this week from work, I did 12-hour days for 4 days straight this week. It was just like, okay, I got to do it.
That's it. It is what it is.
And granted, it's a nice little extra on the back end.
That's it.
You know.
So also, guys, look out for jobs that give you overtime, you know? But
also benefits.
And benefits, too.
Because I'm like, listen, I don't know what age they kick you off your parents' insurance, but
26, I believe.
But yeah, listen, get you a job that has medical, visual, dental.
As soon as I became a teacher, straight, I went doctor, dentist, I checked optical, you know? I was just like, whoo, because now I was able to go and get these checkups, get physicals, and men, it's very important to go to the doctor.
Seriously.
It's extremely important to go to the doctor, you know? But, you know, for years, you know, I would like go to urgent care, they send a mail, I'm like, what mail, you know? But that's a different comment for another day. But it's like having that insurance is such a plus. So I got a couple questions left for you, and they may be a little like, you know, off scale, but you're a big animal lover, especially with dogs. Yeah. You already know I'm a dog lover, but we have a cat who's punching me through the wall. But what's the piece of owning a dog for you?
It's like, no matter how bad your day was, no matter, I don't care what happened. You could have got out your bed, stubbed your toe first thing in the morning, had an ice cold shower. Yeah. Like, they mess up your breakfast. You know, you going through it with your lady. Everything. Just everything goes wrong. You put your key in that door. You open that door. They are right there.
That's it.
They tail it. The body is the tag. The tail is wagging the body, and they're just so happy to see you. And it's just like,
it works.
It works.
It works. That's so strange because I know that feeling when I come home and I like walk through the backyard, and like the dog just look, you know, they just jump. My second question, I know over the years, you know, you started your body art journey by, you know, getting tattoos. These tattoos, you know, or getting tattoos, what does it mean to you? Is it you able to like express yourself? Is it like you're really into the art? You know, what does it mean to you?
Well, when I first started, this was when I started making my own money. This is one thing because you can't tell me what to do with my money.
Exactly. So now you're in control.
Exactly.
Good.
So it started off as like, I'm not even gonna lie, after my first tattoo, I knew I was over for me. My first tattoo I ever got was my initials. I mean, it's covered now. Yeah. That's my first tattoo. And after that, I knew it was over. It's like, this is gonna be something I'm probably gonna dedicate, well, most of my skin to. And I start like, I can say as I matured, my progression in the tattoo game matured because I got my first tattoo. I got it downtown Brooklyn. Yeah, the old downtown Brooklyn. Not what it is now. Not what it is now.
It's still there on Fulton, if you understand what I mean. It's still there on Fulton. But
exactly. I got my first tattoo there. Then they had an old guy who was by me. Told me he had a shop back in the day. I got a couple pieces from him. Then, you know, I took a couple years off, and then I came back, and I got this koi fish, and then after that, I was just bigger and not bigger piece. I was just the art I got on my body just improved and stuff like that.
And it's kind of like you over the years. You've improved. You've gotten better. You've gotten sharper. You've gotten wiser. You know, it's so funny because I know you don't like to talk on camera. You know, you're very recluse, but I really do appreciate you. You know, you coming through. You know, you showing that love to me. My last question. So, the dogs keep you content. The tattoos show the body art and the personal improvement. Where does the determination come from to want to be better every day? Where does that come from?
That comes from me, cause I can't be stagnant. Me sitting in the same position for too long it's not good for me, because it's just, it doesn't. You have to show some improvement every day, you know. And for me, like, it's two things I feel I do on a daily basis that not a lot of people do. I don't know if you know, but most days, rain, sleet, snow, or shine. Yeah. Me and my dog, we will walk from Albany and Eastern Parkway to Flatbush, right there by the Brooklyn Public Library.
Oh yeah, you haunted.
We walk that. Yeah. And I do that, and then I come home and I work out. So those is like, if I could do this every day, I gotta.
Okay, that's your bread and butter.
Yeah, that's it.
That's your bread and butter. It keeps you going.
Yeah.
You know, I am proud of your success.
Thank you.
As a person, you've made strides. You know, the people who are watching this interview, if you could read in between the lines, they're able to decode what your life was like growing up and when you made the switch. They'll be able to decode. For the people who don't know, they'll have to read the book when it comes out in 10 years, you know? But listen, man, I'm grateful. Thank you for coming on the platform.
No problem.
And thanks for watching, guys. Tune in.